Johnny Yuma was a rebel. He roams through the west. Did Johnny Yuma the rebel? He wandered alone.
Hey, Dal. Look at there. Some stray reb come here to roost. Well, if that don't beat all.
Good boy really needed that.
Mr. Pierce, my wife will have some food for you in just a minute.
Dal, I think I need to have me some fun with that little reb. Can I have some fun, Dal?
Johnny.
You know him?
Yes, I do, Mr. Pierce.
Later, Zachary. I want to watch Bart make his acquaintance.
Hey, you, Reb. Hey, you, Reb. This here water's for horses. It ain't for no jackass. I come here to water my horse.
And you do that?
Well, not with your facing. I don't want him contaminated.
Don't push.
Push? Well, Reb, you ought to be used to being pushed. Well, we pushed you clear from Gettysburg through Georgia. You gotta admit, you've been pushed real good.
Yeah. The war's done.
So it is. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy pushing you pretty good. Push you? Push?
Now you done it, Reb. Now you don't push me no more. I'll blow your eyeballs out. Both of them.
You had enough fun for one day, Bart?
I tried to tell you, Mr. Pierce. That's Ned Yuma's boy.
Is that a fact? Well, now, that sort of makes him your kin, don't it, Zachary?
Well, not exactly, Mr. Pierce. He's my wife's nephew, not mine.
Ned Yuma's boy, huh? Well, maybe the fun's just starting. All over again.
Hey, Jess. Jess. Jess, come on, get up.
Come on, let me be. I ain't hurting nothing.
My pa out of town? He comes back and finds you like this, you're gonna be in deep trouble. Jess, it's me, Johnny. Jess.
Johnny.
Well, I ain't never seen you pie-eyed before. Come on, let's get some coffee and then get this place straightened up before Pa gets back.
Johnny, You should come back sooner.
Yes, what's wrong with you? What's happened in this town? Where's my pa? Where's my pa?
Oh, Johnny.
Yes, where's my pa?
Just a few weeks ago, Johnny, they rode in, took over the mine, forced the owners to sell out for practically nothing. Everybody just backed down. Most family people moved away after they killed him. He wouldn't sing small. They killed 5 men already. Always self-defense. It's not worth it anymore. Take my horse and ride out, Johnny. That's what we're all gonna have to do.
Did they shoot him in the back?
They didn't have to. There was enough of them in front of them.
Was he alone? Why was he alone?
Johnny, you don't understand how it happened.
I understand. Where was the rest of the town? All his friends. Where were you? Deputy?
Where were you, Johnny? The war's been over for more than a year.
Has it? Oh, there's different kinds of wars. There's wars that don't end just because a white flag goes up. Somebody signs a piece of paper. There's wars that go on inside.
Johnny, don't do anything crazy. You didn't come back all this way just to die.
If the sun hadn't been in my eyes, he'd have never got that first one across. I'm gonna put 6 slugs right through his brisket.
Is that before he gets your eyeballs?
Huh?
Sure you will, Black, sure.
You better believe it. He was lucky. I'm gonna kill him.
Bart,
Yeah?
you better wait till your britches dry. 2 cards.
Well, I'm getting tired of waiting for a lot of things.
Is there anything you'd like to do about those other things?
Yeah, well, when are Lath and Chet getting back with them Mexicans? I'm getting sick of this.
They'll be here. Then all we'll have to do is sit back and stack that gold when they dig it out of that mine for us. Of course, now, if you're getting tired of waiting, maybe you'd like to go down that hole and do a little digging all by yourself.
Yeah, well...
Bart! You say yeah like that one more time, and I'm gonna crack your skull. Now, shut up! Raise 5.
Jack 9, ace king bets. They're 9s.
Beg pardon, Mr. Pierce, but we're about out of provisions.
So get some more.
Well, it's the money. I'm all out. You promised me money that you'd pay for all this, and, well, I've spent all I had, and if you just...
I just bet 5 more. Your credit's good at the store, ain't it? Put it on your bill.
But you promised...
That's all, sucker.
Mr. Pierce, I think that you better...
Miss Emmy, you didn't even go to your own brother's funeral. No. Bart back here tells me he's liable to have to kill your nephew, too. Of course, now, I ain't a mind to let him do it. But just in case he does, are you figuring on missing that funeral, too?
Mr. Dodson,
Hello, John.
you turning out like the rest of them?
I'm just a small businessman going out of business.
You closing down the Bulletin because of them?
That's correct. Oh, yes, I saw what you did to one. Any time they want to, my poor innocent lamb, they'll devour you like the ravaging jackals they are.
If you leave everybody else will.
There's just the quick and the dead, with Dow Pierce in between. The jackals will inherit the earth, at least this part of it, and they're welcome to it.
Why haven't you sent for government troops?
We have. We're still waiting. I guess they're too busy attending to the defeated Confederacy, or the undefeated Indians. So the town died, and so did your father.
You and Pa. You were the two people
John, I loved your father like my own brother. But I'm not anxious to join him. I'm sorry if that sounds cruel or cowardly.
But the things you wrote. That's mostly what set me off to reading and wondering.
Stay ignorant, John. Ignorance is the greatest comforter of all.
I remember something you printed in your paper. Something about... For everybody, there's a time to decide. That's when the brave man chooses and the coward steps aside.
That was a reprint. Words always did come easy to me.
I even thought of asking you for a job.
John, I read those letters you wrote your father. They were crude, but beautifully expressive. You know, you could be a writer.
I wanted to say things the way you did.
After all my brave words, I suppose I ought to be ashamed. But they smashed my press, promised to smash my head, and I don't want my head smashed. So I'm not staying. I looked at death, trembled. I'm sorry if my brave words have misled you.
Goodbye, Mr. Dodson.
Hey, Bart, here comes your rebel friend. I think he just come back from visiting his daddy.
I'm gonna get his nose.
Bart, when I tell you, not before. Of course, you can sort of rile him up a little bit in the meantime.
Hey, you, Yuma! You have a nice talk with your daddy? How'd he look to you, Reb? A little pale? Hey, you, Reb! You better hightail it out of here while you can. I'm gonna get your nose. Big, brave soldier boy backing down. Oh, I'm glad I'm not in the land of cotton. The Rebs lost the war and their bones are rotten. Look away, look away, look away, Johnny Reb. Hey, you little cottontail, you better scat while you can. Oh, I'm glad I'm not a rebel. Hooray, hooray. I'm glad I'm not in the land of cotton. Hooray, Reb.
Johnny. Johnny, you're looking good. Why didn't you come by and see your Aunt Emmy?
I thought you were too busy catering to your brother's killers.
Johnny, that's not fair. We've just been trying to keep things going. We're trying to keep the town together. After all, somebody's got to show some sense.
Sense? You trying to make sense with the ones who killed your own brother?
Just because my brother was a fool doesn't mean the rest of us don't have to go on living. He let himself be goaded into being shot dead. Your father was a fool, Johnny.
Don't talk about my father.
What did he ever do for you? He cared more about his honor and duty and the law than he did his own family.
You never thought about anything but your own skins.
Why did you run away a dozen times before you were 15 years old? Why did you go to war? To fight for a cause? Why, you didn't know what a cause was. It was just another kind of running away. A why don't you keep on running? All you can do around here is make trouble for the rest of the town.
You don't care about the rest of the town.
I came here to help you, Johnny.
You're just thinking about yourself and your bootlicking husband.
Oh, all you Yumas, you hold your nose when Zecker walks by because you can't stand the smell of good sense. Zecker knows what he wants. He wants to take care of what's his. He's smart. He's what a husband and a father should be.
You had no cause to do that, Mr. Pierce. I've tried to help you, to cooperate with you. All I'm asking for is part of what you owe me, just so I can buy provisions for you.
You make me sick, sucker.
Why do you talk like that, Mr. Pierce? I've been the only one in town who's tried to help you. I got bills here.
If them provisions ain't back here in half an hour, I'm coming after you and them.
Let's take him over to Tompkins.
That's the way it is, Johnny. You can't fight him. You can't even do business with them. We're all of us changed, Johnny. Mostly me. They called me down and I ran. I ran right for a bottle. I got no right wearing a badge. This just got too heavy for me since they killed your father.
Jess, I'm getting awful sick of your whimpering and belly aching. Another thing. Quit following me around like some puppy dog. You're supposed to be a man.
John. I've been reading over my old editorials. Maybe that a man who listens to himself is twice a fool, but I'm staying. Probably just long enough to write my own obituary, but I can still pull a trigger, and I think I can fix that press.
Thanks, Mr. Thompson, but there's more around here needs fixing than that press.
What can we do?
You already did. Now, please just stay inside someplace.
Hey, boys, looky. Here comes that big, brave soldier boy again. And he got his daddy's gun on. He wants to die like his daddy did. And you're gonna be by your daddy's side, sonny. Unless you keep on going right out of town.
Ben, please. You gotta be reasonable. They only give me a half hour.
Don't worry about that for now. We'll get you patched up first.
Mr. Tompkins, I want the key to that room.
What's he gonna do in there?
I don't know. And I'm not gonna ask him.
Sal, what are you trying to do with this, Reb?
Did you ever see a cat play with a mouse? Game is draw, gentlemen. Jack's a runner.
Which is Dow's horse? Over there? I figure I got this much coming.
Johnny.
Get my saddle across the street.
Johnny, why don't you stay?
Thanks.
I don't suppose you'll want that job now.
Well, thanks, Mr. Dodson. Changed my mind. Things I gotta learn aren't here. It's just another stopping off place.
I know that. You're going to try to keep writing?
I'll try while I keep going. I'd like to send you what I put down time to time, maybe. Maybe you can keep it and help me fix it up later.
I'd like to do that, son. You've got a lot to see. I think one day you'll have a lot to say. But you can't write it unless you've lived it. Maybe that was my mistake.
Where do you go?
Here and there, doesn't matter.
Johnny, it was your paws.
Thanks. And Jess, I don't think that badge is a bit heavy for you. Can see you, friend? Uncle John. Well, you're 1 day and 60 miles early, aren't you?
I'm early, but I ain't your uncle. I never was.
No, but you're always mean enough to be. Besides, my pa always taught me to respect my elders.
They real dead?
Unless they got 9 lives.
Some do. You here to pay your pa's debt?
Yes, sir.
I told him throw away that tin star. You know, you wear it and you always end up in dying. You remember when I saved your pa's life, huh?
Sure do.
You got some whiskey?
No, sir.
This will help close the wound and keep it from festering.
You didn't even blink an eye.
Ain't my head. Now, you owe me for saving your pa's life, and now yours too, boy. You gonna pay it?
Uncle John, I've come 1,500 miles. What do you want?
You know you was named after me?
Yes, sir.
You know, more than half dozen people warned me in all my life. Your pa, Ma, you, my wife. You remember your Aunt Emily, boy?
Yes, sir. And fried chicken, too.
She's dead.
sorry, Uncle John.
We had no children of our own, except that died born. You know what your pa could do? He could hunt a man. He had the patience of Job, and he had the knowledge to hunt a man. Boy, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Pa always said there were only a certain amount of moves the hunter could make, and a certain amount of moves the hunter could make. You knew him, you studied him, and peace officer usually came out ahead.
Any of that rub off on you?
Oh, Pa used to say I had a nose for it.
You know what I am, boy?
No, sir.
I'm a scalp hunter. They're worth 100 pesos in Mexico, their hair is. That's how I earn my living. I was going to ask you to make a hunt with me. Your pa would have said yes.
Hunt who?
Apache. Boy, I'm half blind. Oh, I can see fine in the distance, but I can't see my nose in front of me. I can't follow trail no more.
Just any Apache, or do you have a preference?
His name's Masai. Some special. He killed 11 white people. Not counting Indians and squaws. You gonna pay me what you owe me? I was sorry about your pa. He was a good man. So, better take their hair.
I remember Uncle John. Must have been 8 or 10 years old when he saved my father's life. He stood there in the street with him when no one else would. Killed 2 men. That night, my mother kissed him and thanked him. And Aunt Emily baked a blueberry pie. Aunt Emily sure could make blueberry pie. Uncle John? Uncle John?
Hmm?
How did Aunt Emily die?
Well, the homestead was burned. She was in it.
Why did you come to my camp?
I was hunting those 2. Besides, the good Lord says to protect little children. Don't he?
I guess so.
We go to county seat tomorrow. Get us some supplies. Then we move toward the high Chiricahuas. Not far, boy. $40 for that nag, huh? I must think money grows on trees. Hey, boy, you old enough to drink?
Yes, sir?
Can I buy you one for the road?
No, sir.
But you want to drink with me?
I forgot to buy some shells.
My name's Armstead, son. I'm kind of in a hurry. What can I do for you?
Maybe you can tell me about an Apache called Masai.
You with John Sims?
Yes, sir.
Well, he's worth $200 if that's what you want to know.
No, sir, I wanted to know about him.
Well, he's Chiricahua Apache. No one knows what he looks like or how old he is. The Apaches say he's young, got gentle features. Rode with Wild Bear for 5 years. Last year, Wild Bear signed a peace treaty with the Great White Father. Wild Bear rode in San Carlos. The Army boys grabbed him, threw him and his people into a boxcar, padlocked the doors, and nailed them up.
They're the ones that we shipped to Florida?
That's right. 44 Indians in that furnace for 24 days. 5 of them died and 1 escaped. Only God knows how.
Maasai?
It was in Idaho. He made his way back here, about 1,800 miles. Killed 5 white men and women on the way. 6 more since, they say. Since then, he's been stealing food and women from his own people. Then he kills the women so they can't betray him to the Apache police. That's Maasai.
You sound like you like him.
Well, he's a man. You gotta give him that.
Why does John Sims hate him? I mean, why so personal?
Well, they say Maasai stole from him one day when he was out hunting. Then burned his wife alive in their homestead.
How about that drink you were gonna buy me?
You figure you can stand the smell of me?
You're my godfather, aren't you? We're 7 days out of the county seat now. I don't think Uncle John is wrong. Maasai killed his wife. He wants revenge. 3 days ago, when I found the lone tracks, he said just loud enough for me to hear. I thank you, God. I thank you for this boy's eyes. The tracks were large and diffuse, but had the look of moccasin tracks just the same. And there was something peculiar about their gait, as though one leg might be shorter than the other. Uncle John believes that they're the tracks of Maasai. It's furnace hot during the day. I think I'm tracking well. I feel close to my father.
Feel lucky?
I don't know. Why?
You won't run, boy. He'll try to kill us. Yep. Did you lose it?
There's tracks again. But one's just like him.
Yeah. Funny shoe?
Yes, sir.
He is making it easier for us.
They're fresh. Real fresh.
You never know what to do. You travel along the rim of the hills and you're a silhouette. You can be seen. You can be shot. And you move along the gullies and someone can take you from above. I don't know. I must be getting old.
You all right, Uncle John?
You shut your mouth, boy. It's Maasai. They won't run far. He's killing them.
He's probably gone. You want to find out for sure?
Yes, sir.
I'll bring back what I can.
John. I found where he laid. He's gone.
So now you believe Mass I exists, huh?
I paid $70 for that horse, and I liked him.
Can you bird dog him on foot?
Think so?
We could hold the track that way. And I could meet you at Sand Creek Junction in, say, a week.
All right, I'm willing.
It's Apache country. His country. You best think on it a little first.
I paid $50 for that saddle, too.
You're mad now, ain't you, boy?
Like they say, mad enough to fight.
You sure you want to use that scattergun instead of the rifle? You got to get so almighty close to use it.
Used it before.
Boy. You keep alive now. I don't want to be haunted by your pa's ghost.
The earth was a scorching haystack. It's hard to find the needle. But once I came on the tracks, it was harder to hold them. Day by day, the uneven imprints told their story in a savage language, as if Masai himself were speaking to me. They told of desperation, of hunger, of cunning. The days seared into weeks, and at times it was hard to tell if I was the hunter or the one who was being hunted.
That's enough. You'll blow yourself up to popping. It's been 3 weeks, boy. What'd you do? You lost or something? I've been worried about you.
I'm sure glad to see you, Uncle John. I was getting almighty thirsty.
Did you lose him?
Yes, sir. I lost your Indian. Sometimes I was so close I could smell him. You know, one day we covered about 70 miles in 24 hours. I kept thinking, I'm full of good meat, and he's probably not. I can take him. I can take him. I stayed with him 2 weeks before he lost me. Then I began to think about a mountain lion I once hunted.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. You killed him, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
What was you? You were 14, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, about that. You know, I hunted that cat about a week. Pa was away, and Ma thought I was dead for sure. When I cornered that cat, we were so high up in the mountains, I thought I'd freeze. You know, when I finally lined my rifle up on him, I almost didn't shoot. Guess you kind of hate to end a hunt like that.
Did you line your gun up on Masai?
Yes, sir. But with the scatter gun, I just wasn't close enough.
Are you sure that's the reason you didn't pull the trigger?
I don't know. The closer I got, the more I kept wondering if I had the right to kill a man just because he shot a horse I owned.
Oh, well, now, don't you count the dozen-odd white people that he killed?
Uncle John, I didn't know them.
You knew my wife.
Yes, sir, but I'm not sure he killed her, and neither are you.
Oh, well, now, those Apaches that tried to kill you, what was it they wanted? They wanted your gun, your horse, and your clothes, and they was willing to take your life for just that, Buck, old boy.
Uncle John, I've seen white men do the very same thing in war.
It's always war with the Apaches. You want to live in that kind of world? You want your children to live in that kind of world?
No, sir, I guess not.
No. It's going to be a long hunt. We'll take them.
The bigger the country, the more your eyes have to get used to seeing little things. The way a blade of grass is bent can tell you a direction. A soft spot in the earth may have been a dry camp. After too many days, Masai's tracks told us a different story. And then we came upon her. The girl Masai had taken and held. But when we got too close, Masai cut the big muscles of her legs and left her. Her father had tracked them too. His search was over now. So after more than a month, we were no closer to Masai than when we started. This was his country now. And he knew it better than we did. How to live in it, and how to hide in it. In the end, it always comes down to luck. A gunfight, a hunt. Each and every human enterprise in the end comes down to luck. I came upon one of those strange moccasin prints by accident. In 3 days, we saw the man through binoculars. He was far in the distance and downwind of us. He wore his hair long in the Apache fashion, wore only high leggings and a skin shirt. He carried a rifle on his shoulder and walked with a great but ragged stride. It's almost impossible to take a renegade Apache from behind. You can't get close enough to kill without his knowing that you're there. He'll turn and wait for you. 2 days ago, we took the big gamble. We circled this place to wait. Uncle John says that Masai wears a chain and locket taken from Aunt Emily. He's promised to let me try and take him alive. don't know about the way he lived, but he died pretty good.
He did a good job. All right, let's go get his hair.
Uncle John, I found this on him.
It really was him. Why, I've killed 12 Apaches. And every time I thought it was him. I don't guess I told you that, did I, boy?
No, sir. Still want his hair?
Oh, no, what for, boy? Hunt's over. Surely finished.
Man about 50 come into town. Wears glasses, maybe buckskins. Probably smells like a mescalero wiki up.
My name's Dehner.
Oh, well, yes, sir.
No, sir, he ain't. The bridge from Yarburg's down. If he come from that way, he'll be about 9 hours late.
Thank you. Me and my Uncle John Sims are going fishing. Yeah. You get a late winter here.
Johnny Reb?
Well, my name's Johnny.
Trying to tell me you stole that cap?
No, sir, I earned it fair and square.
I swear I know you. I swear I know that pinched face of yours.
No, sir, I don't think so.
You fight the Battle of the Wilderness?
I fought at Chancellorsville.
Any name you want. You was there, though, huh?
Yes, sir, I said I was.
You there the day Lee led the 3rd Texas?
General Lee wanted to, but he was dissuaded.
May 5th, 1864, you were with Lee.
Yes, sir. We almost turned the war that day.
Thought I had killed you.
Leave it. Stay still.
You were brave, all right. My, but you were brave. Sitting up on that big horse of yours with a 5-shot cavalry pistol in each hand. Mowing down the foot soldiers carrying single-shot muskets that were 25 years old. Cutting them down like they were rows of wheat.
It was a hard war, mister. But I never saw you before in my life.
First a brother, now a son.
I didn't want to kill him.
This place you live in is a fly speck at the edge of the world. Whatever it is, it belongs to me and mine. And you live by the sufferance of me and mine. Campbell for Campbelltown. Who holds out his hand to this man, I will kill.
We have to live here, mister. I'm sorry for you, sweetie.
You believe I can understand railroad code?
Whatever you say, mister. Yes, sir.
When does the train get here from Yarburg?
About 4 this afternoon.
That late?
It's got a 2-hour layover in Millbury. Take on a load of freight.
How long by horse?
Huh? It's 8 a.m. now. Around noon.
All right. Write this down. Uncle John Sims, Gary Yarburg, station master. I'm in Campbelltown. Am hurt. Need help. But don't come in like Jeb Stewart. Johnny.
Did you really kill George Campbell's brother in the war?
Send it. Then you're taking me to a doctor.
What do you want here, old-timer?
Why?
Just answer him, old man.
I want to catch a train.
Catch a train, huh? Say, what do you do?
A drummer.
A drummer? Well, you sure don't look like one.
You don't smell like one either.
Where can I sleep?
Oh, down at the saloon, maybe.
What is it? Lynching? Hanging? Jailbreak? I saw 2 men silhouetted in the hills. One of them stopped me about 3 miles out. Now you 2.
Hey, you're just plain nosy, ain't you, drummer? Purely nosy.
No, I guess I'm just getting old. 10 years ago, I would have killed you for saying that.
You come from the west?
Yeah.
The two men at the jerkwater let you past?
That's right.
$5 for the night.
Where's the boy with the rebel cap? Where is he?
At the doctor's house. The tan house. Across the street.
Thank you.
Thanks, mister.
Doc, wait.
Thanks. Hi.
That fella isn't a very good shot, is he, Uncle John?
All I want to do is go fishing.
Today I saw my godfather, John Sims, for the first time in almost a year. He's changed some since we hunted and killed the Apache renegade Masai who had murdered my Aunt Emily. Uncle John seems more gentle now. This Campbell, he believes I killed his brother. I can't even give the lie to him. I don't know. Today I had to kill his son. It's now about 3 in the afternoon. In 1 more hour, we'll have to take the train out of here. Either that or nothing. They're waiting in the street and they mean to kill us.
1 hour, Doctor. In 1 stinking hour. Hey, just lay still there. Just lay still. Maybe you'll live. I do feel close to that boy, Doc. And you kept him alive.
Who cometh to your door, you'll heal. Who pleads for your help, to him will you hold out your hand in mercy.
Yeah? You sure? That train is going to be in around 4? Huh? What'd you say?
4:10. Yes, sir, should be. Mr. Sims, I sure would like to get out of here.
Jerkwater. Lousy jerkwater like this. All God's creation to die in. Forests, plains, rivers, virgin earth no white man ever walked on, and I gotta pick a place like this to die. Are you gonna get back? Or I have to kick you there. Now move. They have patience. I'll say that much for them.
How many do you count?
Oh, there's one at the station. That makes 3, and then there's one near the saloon, I think. Yeah. That makes 4. Then there's another one down the street here to the left. That's as high as I want to count.
5. Well, that'll do for pallbearers.
How you feel, boy?
Just dandy, just dandy.
Well, you deserve to feel like you got a belly full of sour apples, bucko boy, hopping around the way you've been. Are you gonna close your eyes and try to sleep?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Your uncle's right, son.
I'm no uncle of his, and I never was.
No, but you're still mean enough to be.
Hippity hopping around. Hey, Doc, you got a Bible here?
Yeah?
St. James Version?
Yes, it is.
Would it inconvenience you were I to borrow it?
No, not at all.
Where's yours, Uncle John?
Left mine on the horse. Poor devil. Must be getting pretty hungry. Let's see here.
Uncle John.
Well, I didn't know what shape you was in.
Mr. Sims,
Yes,
they might try to burn you out.
yes.
Well, sir, I'd like to leave now.
That there Campbell fella may have a notion that you were siding with us out of pure Christian kindness. You still want to go?
No, sir.
Maybe you go try to find an old newspaper to read. Let me read my Bible.
Uncle John?
Yes, boy.
I remember the day. I remember the battle at Chancellorsville. Now, the 3rd was cut off from Lee by 3 regiments of Yankee infantry. And how we sabered and shot our way out. And I remember the blood. Blood on the ground and blood on the horses' hooves. And the white Yankee faces and the blue Yankee caps and dying. Oh. The dying that day and the killing. How many did I kill? And how many tried to kill me?
Was Campbell's brother one of them, do you think?
Well, it's gonna be a sad thing to die for if he wasn't.
I'm scared. I'm scared to death.
You're cold, that's all. It's a cold country. Well,
I shouldn't have asked you for your help, Uncle John.
how many extras do you want?
2 will be plenty.
All right. Now, you want me to tie that to your arm?
No, sir, I might want to let go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. You've been very generous.
Now move out, boys. Be careful.
Pray?
Yes, sir.
Good. The good book says the prayer of a sinner finds more favor in heaven than that of a dozen just.
Not Wade! Come over to the window. We won't shoot at you. Tell the others in there what you see.
They're gonna burn us out.
We ain't got no quarrel with you, Doc. Are you, Dehner?
Thank you, Irvin. Go ahead, Doc. You can't do any good staying.
Maybe I can talk to him.
And you, old man, we'll let you mount up and ride out of town if you elect to. Come on up!
It's cold out, boy.
That's right, Uncle John.
So? All right. I'll see you, Buck, old boy.
Yes, sir.
I remember your face. I remember your face.
Yeah. 10 minutes early. All I wanted to do was catch some fish.
So did I, Uncle John. So did I.
Elmer. Hello, Elmer.
Morning, Mr. Dodson.
Morning, John. An anniversary. By George, an anniversary. You've been here 30 days, son. Considering your reputation as a rolling stone, I deem myself flattered.
Well, I should have known the best place to scratch an itchy foot was back home. Feels good, Mr. Dodson.
There's cause for celebration. I tell you what, I'll take you to dinner at Mason House tonight. One way of getting a payment on their advertising bill.
Sounds good.
Morning, Jeremy.
Morning.
John, you got a minute?
Oh, sure thing, Jeremy. Well, you haven't had a letter from home in weeks. This ought to cheer you up a little.
I don't know, John. I got a feeling, you know, like I had before I got that letter from the assay office yesterday. There's just something, I don't know.
Oh, now listen, hold on now. The doctor said you shouldn't get excited. Things will get better, you'll see. Dearest Jeremy, I was so glad to get your letter, even though I was disappointed to hear that the mine was not yet a proven proposition. Dear Jeremy, I hate to write this, but...
Trouble?
Yeah, trouble. And my heart breaks to think that now we'll have to wait even longer to be together again. Your loving wife, Ellen. Don't worry, Mr. Hake. It'll work out somehow.
Johnny, Mrs. Silver wants to change her ad. Why don't you run over and help her write it, huh?
Right away, Mr. Dodson. Why don't you go and rest in the back room for a while? We'll figure out something when I get back.
Where you been, Johnny?
I couldn't get away. Mrs. Silver had to fill me in on all the local gossip. It'll run 7 lines.
7 lines? The way she explained it to me, it should run 10 or 12 at least.
Well, she always talks too much. I boiled it down for her.
Boil down the charge, too, huh? You know, Johnny, a newspaper may have a literary soul, but its life's blood is strictly monetary. Set it up under the livery stable ad.
All right. I'll look in on Mr. Hake first. He just had some bad news.
I figured that.
His daughter back east. She had an accident, both her legs broken.
Oh, no.
She needs an operation, probably more than one. She's never gonna walk again.
Poor Jeremy. That gold mine of his better start paying off.
It won't. He just got the final report back from the assayer's office. His claim's barren, not worth a cent.
Thus woe succeeds a woe as wave a wave. Well, let me know if I can do anything, Johnny.
When did Mr. Hake leave?
I didn't hear him go. What's the matter?
He took my scatter gun. I'm going out to a shack.
Where did it happen, Sam?
About a mile out. Jeremy Hake done it.
Come on inside.
Scattergun sure don't help nobody's looks.
I could see it coming. Driven he was. Jeremy was just plain driven.
I tell you, Sheriff, there was no mistaking him. It was Jeremy Hake. Sure, he had a bandana across his face, but his voice and the way he grabbed at his chest, you know.
Why? Why did he kill the shotgun?
I don't know. Jeremy was standing out there yelling for us to throw down the bank pouch. We didn't even have it yet. We're supposed to pick it up here. He was so nervous I could see him shaking.
What happened? Jeremy Hake killed Charlie Slater, the shotgun.
But you knew he was sick. Why didn't you try to talk him out of it?
Well, I did. I think I could have talked him out of the whole thing, but, well, when I started to get down off the stage, well, you know how feisty Charlie was. He went for his gun. Jeremy panicked and, well, blew away. He let go.
And what happened?
Well, that sort of snapped him out of it. I swear he almost bust out crying. He looked up at me sort of wild-like, and he just threw down that gun and lit out through the cottonwoods. I couldn't follow on account of Charlie.
All right. Thanks, Sam.
Funny thing, I feel awful bad about Charlie, but I can't help being sorry for Jeremy, too.
Gold fever. I told him to give it up. Everybody did. With his heart, he should have quit 6 months ago and gone back east.
To what, dying?
Yours, isn't it, Johnny?
Yeah.
Ought to be more careful who you lend it to.
He took it, I didn't know. Going after him now?
No matter how it happened, Jeremy killed a man. It's my job to bring him in.
Yeah, it is.
We both know he's dying out there. Can't last alone. On the run. Same as being hung, isn't it?
You say so, Sheriff.
Won't help me none, though, to see it in print.
What's all this about, Johnny? Dead or alive?
The line's been having a lot of holdups lately. They need an example. He killed a man. So that's the way the stage line wants him, Mrs. Silver.
Then let his punishment come from the good Lord. Hasn't the poor man suffered enough? You're too nice a boy, Johnny, to be a party to anything like this. Now you take those posters and go on.
Yes, ma'am.
$1,000. Jeremy Hink. Dead or alive?
Johnny? Can't you do anything right, Mr. Hake? You shouldn't have come back to town. I need help. Nobody can help you now. You can. Well, I got a few dollars, but it won't get you far. No. I want you to turn me in. Turn you in? This says $1,000 reward, doesn't it? I'm no bounty hunter. I didn't mean to kill nobody. I want that man's family to have part of the money. The rest is for my wife and daughter. Just enough for the doctor. Stage line will take care of Charlie's wife. Besides, I can't turn you in. Don't you see it? It's the only way I can give Ellen and Jean something. Get yourself a noose. I'm dying anyway. It don't make any difference how. Then turn yourself in. Sure. I'd turn myself in. You think they'd give me the reward? Sooner or later, somebody will get me. He'll take the whole thing. Please, Johnny. My whole life's been wasted. Don't let me die for nothing, too.
Redfern's been out all night looking for Jeremy.
They're just miserable buzzards. Trying to make money out of a human life.
Your father was sheriff of this town for 15 years. Died for it. What would Ned Yuma think about this?
What about the reward?
But Jeremy was your friend. And you want to go out and hunt him down like an animal?
Just make sure the money's here and waiting.
Sure. Grab it and run before the folks around town find out about it.
When will you get it, Sheriff?
I have to wire the main office at Tucson. You'll get your blood money when you bring 'em in. And Yuma, I'd like to see what kind of story you write about this.
John, I want to talk to you.
News travels fast.
Particularly bad news.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dodson.
John, you haven't changed that much. I knew you pretty well before you left Mason City. Your letters told me a lot more. They told me you couldn't possibly do a thing like this.
Not even for $1,000?
Ma Silvers, Jeb Andrews, all the merchants threatened to pull their advertising unless I fire you.
Figures.
I know you're hiding something, John. You're going to suffer for it. I figure it's worth the doing, but I'd appreciate a little ammunition.
It's all right here, Mr. Dodson. Only trouble is you can't use it any more than I can. We'd be jumping a dead man's claim.
What's the matter with you, John? This belongs on the front page. Everybody should know.
Nobody can know. It'd be the same as Jeremy giving himself up. He'd never get the reward.
He'd be bending the law a little, but Sheriff Cahill would understand.
Stage line wouldn't. And I rightly can't say I blame them either.
Mr. Hake? Mr. Hake?
Johnny, over here.
I thought you'd never come. Did you talk to the sheriff?
Yeah, the money will be there.
He'll give it to you?
As soon as I bring you in, we better get going.
Just one last favor. A letter to my wife? You don't have no paper and pencil, but maybe you could remember it. A thing like this, and set it down later?
All right. Go ahead.
Dearest Ellen, so terrible sorry to hear of accident. Please don't worry. Everything come right. My claim is paying off, and I can send you all the money you'll need. It's truly the Lord's will that in our darkest moment, He should grant me this good fortune.
I'll remember it.
Come on out, Hake. We're taking you in. Yuma! We don't want you. We'll let you go. Just send out Hake. I'm bringing Jeremy in. We ain't gonna argue with you, Yuma. Come on now, or we'll get both of you. The price is the same for Hake. On his feet or on his back. Hey, what do we do? We can't get out. You can't get us either. You told the sheriff you bring me in, and he's got the money. One thing at a time. Kill me, Johnny. Kill me right now to prove you really caught me. Don't panic. Don't panic. It's the only way, John. Not for me, it isn't. Damn it!
I tried to help you.
I know.
The reward.
We'll get it right now. Come on.
I hope you're proud, Yuma. You got your pound of flesh.
Johnny?
Take it easy. Take it easy, Mr. Hake.
The money?
Sheriff Cahill gave me a bank draft. I filled in Ellen's name. I'll send it along with your letter. Mr. Hake? Don't have to worry about a hanging now.
Dodson told me everything, Johnny. I'm sorry for what I let myself think.
I told you to understand, John. No one else will know.
The stage line.
Got what it paid for.
Here's something to remember the bulletin by. Only one copy for you. I wanted you to see your story in print.
Thanks, Mr. Dodson.
Maybe you can stay, son. In time, they might forget.
No, if I stay, they'll find out. It's better this way. I'll write to you. And Mr. Dodson, thanks for a month of home.
Come on, get out of Mason City. Judas.
Your dad'd sure be proud of you.
Was it worth it, Yuma?
That money won't spend here.
Why don't you ride out, Drifter?
Hake was supposed to be your friend.
Johnny Yuma was a rebel. He roamed through the West. Did Johnny Yuma, the rebel, he wandered alone. He got fighting mad, this rebel lad. He packed no star as he wandered far, where the only law was a hook and a draw. The rebel, Johnny Yuma, he searched the land, this restless lad. He was panther quick and leather tough, if he figured that he had been pushed enough. The rebel, John Yuma.
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.